Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Big topic today, alternatives to Botox. Botox has been around for a little while now, not as long as Retin A, but it has been around for many years, helping people offset the effects of fine lines and wrinkles due to its ability to stop muscle movement underneath the skin. And over the years, as we've learned more things about Botox, the price of Botox has come down, but a lot of people worry about using it because of some of the side effects, the fact that it stays in our bodies forever, it never really leaves, and applied by the wrong hands, either too much of it or in the wrong places, can lead to worse effects on the face than actually the wrinkles themselves. So obviously I get it. I get why I get a lot of questions about this, and there has been a lot of talk, not just by me, but other skincare professionals, dermatologists, other estheticians, about ways to get similar effects to Botox without actually having to use it. But before we jump in, if you happen to be somebody who just happened upon my channel and don't know who I am, I'm Chris Gibson, a skincare expert, holistic health expert as well. Been helping people with their skincare needs for over 37 years. So if you've been looking for content here on YouTube from someone who's been walking this talk for a really long time, I hope you'll stick around and subscribe. All right, so for today's video, I'm going to do this a little bit differently. I'm going to talk about 3 different things that actually will work like Botox and help you reduce fine lines and wrinkles on your face, not all of them topicals. We'll put links down below in the video description box, so when we're done or whenever you want to look down there, you can find what I'm talking about. And then I will attach tutorials on how to use each one of these 3 at the end of this video, so you don't have to go find them. You can just keep on watching, learn what you need to learn, and decide what might work best for you. But let's talk about the first one, which is the peptide Argireline. And the way Argireline works is much like you would apply any serum to your skin, like a vitamin C serum or another peptide serum. This particular peptide has the ability to slow down the communications between your muscles underneath your skin, reducing the amount of movement when you smile or have any sort of emotions in your face, raise your eyebrows, laugh, or whatever. It's going to help reduce that motion, and over time that is going to help you have less noticeable fine lines and wrinkles. The notable difference between Argireline and Botox is Botox actually kills the communication altogether. That muscle becomes unresponsive, so those dynamic wrinkles we just talked about begin to fade away. And that effect can last up to 3 to 6 months. It just depends on the individual, how much Botox has been applied and where. Now, there are negative effects that some people receive who especially have been using Botox over a long period of time. Like any muscle in the body, if it is not used, what happens? It becomes smaller and ineffective, and over time, too much Botox use can actually render it pretty much useless. And that's when we begin to see that sort of weird bagginess, lumpiness that happen under the eyes along the orbital bone, that sort of like weird looking fat pad that shows up. That often is a side effect of long-term Botox use. The big difference is Argireline, besides the fact that it's a lot cheaper and it's a naturally occurring peptide, is that while it is going to reduce the motion of that muscle, it's not going to kill it altogether. And that communication returns between those muscles quite quickly within a few hours. And so using Argireline every day, removing some of that motion, reduces fine lines and wrinkles without killing off the muscle communication altogether. Obviously, no injections, much safer, again, much cheaper, easier to use, and in the long term can give you some really great benefits, which is why we hear it called Botox in a bottle, and we see it talked about a lot among dermatologists, especially here on YouTube. Now, this next item I'm going to talk about might surprise some of you, but it happens to be one of the most popular topics right now on many of the platforms. Castor oil, because of its anti-inflammatory properties and this viscosity, it's quite thick. So when applied to the skin, it too can help reduce some of that movement that happens in the upper layers of the skin. So while it doesn't really talk to the muscle underneath, it will greatly hydrate and reduce the amount of fine lines and wrinkles, especially around it under the eyes. And when used in conjunction with Argireline, it's a 1-2 punch that can really give you a rollback of 10 to 15 years on the look of your skin in about 6 to 8 weeks. So again, these natural approaches, they take a little bit longer, but they're much safer. They're much less expensive. They're proven and science-backed to work. You just have to have some patience. Again, I will be attaching tutorials to this video so you can keep watching to see how to use these and find out how they might be of benefit to you. This next item I'm going to talk about is a little more expensive on the front end, but gives you dividends month after month and even year after year on keeping the skin of your face, neck, and chest from wrinkling up in the first place. We often talk on this channel about the role that sleep plays in the health of our skin and the speed of our aging process. And within those conversations, we also talk about the way in which we sleep. It would be wonderful if every single person could sleep on their back. I can't do it all the time. Most people are a left side or a right side or a tosser and a turner. And if you're one of those truly rare people that have been able to teach yourself or naturally are able to sleep on your back all the time, all the way through the night, more power to you. Congratulations. For the rest of us, you need something to help you. And the something that I would recommend is a sleep pillow. Now, this one is by Sleep and Glow. It's one that I talk about on the channel a whole lot because what it can actually help you do as far as the aging process on your skin when it comes to neck, chest, and face. And truly, it is a more expensive item, but it's a static item. You don't run out of this, and it can do really great things for your skin because it stops the squunching up of your skin when you sleep on the left or the right. It has these small cutouts or divots, as I call them, that help you do that, keeping your face lifted up off of the pillow. It's designed to support your neck from behind, helping to reduce the amount of crinkling and wrinkling there. So there really just isn't a better non-invasive tool than a sleep pillow to help really offset wrinkling, especially those deeper creases that we see in the chest and neck. And nothing better for overnight reduction of crow's feet and wrinkles around the eyes. Again, I will have links for each of these below in the video description box where you can go read about them individually. I'm going to put chapters in this video so you can bounce around back and forth to things that you felt were speaking to you that might be helpful. Please continue to watch the tutorials. They're not very long, so you're able to get a great deep dive into how each of these could work for you. That said, let's jump into those, and I'll see you at the very end of this video. Right. Then next up in my morning routine for me is to apply Argireline. You guys talked about this before, Botox in the bottle. It's not Botox. This is actually a peptide, a protein that when you apply it to your skin, it minimizes muscle movement wherever you apply it. Again, not like Botox. It's not going to freeze your skin and your muscles aren't going to move, but it has been shown to help improve fine lines, wrinkles, and crow's feet because it minimizes those muscle movements enough when you smile that over time it can really help make your skin look much younger. So I'm going to apply that now. Again, just a little bit. These are all watery based type of serums and creams. There are no oils in these. So I pat that in right around my eyes, between my nose, my forehead. And I feel that working already. So I'm going to give that a second to absorb into what it can do specifically. And then I'm going to demonstrate how to apply it to your skin and more importantly, how to remove it. Because as I said, it is a very thick, sticky oil. And while it does provide all these health benefits, there's a trick to getting it off your skin. So let's start with what type of castor oil you should be looking for. For me, it is a certified organic castor oil contained in a very dark bottle, so it protects the strength and efficacy of the oil. All right, so anti-aging, what can it actually do for fine lines and wrinkles in the texture of the skin? Well, castor oil, when massaged into the skin, actually helps promote and encourage collagen production. It is deeply moisturizing and helps with dryness, flakiness, and also is able to pull moisture from the air, much like what we see with polyglutamic acid and hyaluronic acid. It's able to do that, but in a holistic, natural way, which means it keeps your skin deeply hydrated and plump, preventing transepidermal water loss. Castor oil is also packed with fatty acids, which, as we know, are super beneficial for the lipid layer of your skin, also helping with the area around the mouth. You can even apply it to chapped, dry lips several times a day. You can mix it with glycerin if you want to water it down a little bit for a little extra lip plump. And even though I did say it has laxative properties, that's not going to be enough castor oil to do that. The fatty acids also help speed up cellular reproduction, meaning that newer skin comes to the surface faster. It even can help soothe sunburns, and it is a master at improving the thickness and length of eyelashes and eyebrows. So let's talk about how to apply castor oil. The best way to use it in an anti-aging skincare routine is a capping mechanism at night, known loosely as slugging. After you've applied all your other products, you apply a thin layer of castor oil to help trap that moisture and help your other skincare products work better. All right, so let's apply this castor oil. It doesn't take much, which is the same as with all skincare products, really. Just about that much, about half a dropper full. Massage it into the fingers, and then we're going to just pat it over the skin. Now, I like to do this into my eyebrows. We don't require a brush, just massaging it in. And this is good, guys, for beard and mustache growth and keeping that hair soft. And that's really all there is to it. And then if you're having trouble with short, thinning, or hard to grow lashes, taking a brush like this one, this is an eyelash brush, or cleaning out an old mascara brush and applying just a little bit of castor oil to each lash is really, really amazing. And of course, you want to be very careful and not get the oil into your eye. So let's do that. We're going to put a little drop on my finger here. We're going to coat the brush. All right. And then we're just going to close the eye tight and brush the eyelashes with this oil. Right there. Doesn't take much, can work wonders for lashes and brows. Again, guys, beard growth, really a super great oil to use overnight. You don't want to use this oil during the day because it is very sticky, very shiny, and it's going to make your skin and or your beard look really oily and shiny, and cosmetics do not work well on top of this oil. So it's not a great oil to moisturize your skin with during the day, but as an overnight treatment, it just cannot be beat. Castor oil, completely organic, fairly inexpensive. Bottles run anywhere from $7 up to $30, depending on how much of this stuff you need to buy. I personally like to buy and keep on hand the smaller amounts of this oil because after 6 months, it does start to degrade and is not as effective. The castor oil that I like to use is Kate Blanc Cosmetics. I'll put a link down below in the video description box so you guys can check that out. But let's talk about how to get this oil off because again, it is very, very sticky. So the two easiest ways to remove this oil are to use a hot, steamy washcloth and apply it to your face for about half a minute. It helps to dislodge the oil from your pores and helps to dilute it, making it easier to wash off. That single step will usually take enough of the oil off your skin that you can use your face wash and remove the rest of it. Certain skin types, particularly oily skin types, have a more difficult time removing this oil. And in that case, you would take a teaspoon of baking soda and mix it in a cup of warm water and rinse your face with that because the enzymes in the baking soda actually break down the castor oil and will completely remove it from your skin. Super simple, inexpensive way to give your anti-aging skincare routine a boost and having your skin looking dewy, plump, and hydrated after the very first night you try this. So let's take a look at why the Omnia Sleep and Glow pillow is so effective. And the first thing is this amazing design that is very innovative that they came up with cosmetologists and orthopedists. So again, that's why it probably helps me with my neck, right? Because it was designed with that in mind. The first thing I want to point out is you can see that there are these little divots where my hands are on the pillow. This is for side sleepers so that our cheek to forehead area can lay on the pillow comfortably without having our cheeks all squished up and creating those deeper lines and wrinkles. So left or right, you have a spot for that. For you back sleepers, they also have a head cradling area right here. And what's important to me is that neck support. In fact, there are 7 total design features on this pillow for some type of support, no matter what way you sleep. Extra support for the upper head area. Also, again, each side, if you're a side sleeper, the neck, and then the shoulder cradle, which is really exceptionally good for me because I'm a big-headed, big-shouldered person. Now, the pillow comes in a washable, removable pillowcase, and it also has an extra piece of foam that you can add to give it height. Again, I'm a big-headed, big-shouldered person, so that makes a big difference for me, giving that pillow an extra inch of height. This pillow is designed to last up to 5 years, making it a really solid investment for your skincare routine. I know we don't really think of pillows as part of our skincare routine, but in this case it is. And I know I sound excited about a pillow. I know, but I'm old. Now, I will also tell you that this pillow is working just as well for me today, 6 months out, as it did the first day I got it. And again, it is not a sponsored video today, but much appreciated that they allowed me to test out this product without prior approvals of what I was going to say. They really wanted you guys to hear what my experience with their device or their pillow was. Now, I hope you all found this video today on non-invasive alternative things to use in place of Botox helpful. If you did, please like it, share it out. It really helps the channel. And for even more ways for me to be able to help you roll back the clock on skin and body aging, be sure to check out this video that I picked out for you next. Thank you guys for tuning in today on YouTube. I really appreciate it. I know you have a lot of choices. You're amazing. Stay beautiful. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you over on that next video.